Hey Jimmy, glad to see you could finally make it down for a shop stop at Induction Solutions. Great to have you here, and this is a great chance to show everybody Induction Solutions' new shop and give you guys a chance to look around. And let's start off taking a look at our parts area. Basically right now I'm back here in our parts department. You know, we're trying to build a stock as we grow. Right now, if you look, we got a pretty good selection of all the different solenoids we use for various work and applications. A lot of our inline pressure gauges and quarter turn valves that we've been selling quite a few of. We stock a wide variety of nitrous lines. We get a lot of lines custom made, and we're working on our own new line of plumbing. These are a lot of just cores that we buy for plate systems that we build for customers. We just buy the blank plates from Edelbrock out of their Edelbrock nitrous line, and try to keep a pretty good assortment of the Performer RPM, the Victor Junior plates that we build a lot of our systems for guys out of. MagnaFuel, we've got quite a bit of the MagnaFuel stuff on the shelf. We're working with Aeromotive and trying to get a little bit of their product in stock as well, and been using a little bit of it more and more here as time goes and things grow. This shelf here, work that's in process, either coming in, a couple of them are done, some of them are just getting ready to start working on, and we can come back and we'll visit some of that stuff. This is a new project we've been working on. A lot of people recognize the Victor EFI manifold. This is the upper off the manifold. To date, really, as far as nitrous systems go, the only options anybody have really had in the Ford market is either putting an individual wet or dry, like a universal nozzle somewhere in the intake track, or there have been a couple plates for these types of manifolds that go between the lower and the upper. What we did, being that Fords are kind of notorious for their four corners, being lean and having a condition, of detonation in their corners, we kind of wanted to give a system that a guy could bolt on just like a plate, but would have the advantages of a direct port. So a guy can basically take off his factory plate, and we've got what we call our Victor EFI Punisher, based off of our racing system, that basically a guy can buy. This will come as a complete unit ready to bolt on, pre-wired, hook up a fuel line, a nitrous line, plug in the power, and you've got a direct port system ready to go in the manifold, and it'll basically be jettable per runner, just like a normal direct port would, but a guy don't have to take his manifold off and send it to us. He can bolt this on in an afternoon in the drive, basically just putting it on in place of his existing cover and being ready to go with a direct port system that basically is ready right out of the package. This system here is a single nitrous and a single fuel solenoid. It's capable of 300 horsepower, and we've also built them with 2 nitrous and 2 fuel for a guy that wants to get into like a 400 or 500 horsepower or a higher end system as well. But the main thing, like we said, it's become a direct port system without having to take the manifold off, have bungs welded or anything drilled and tapped and put into it. A lot of people may have just taken a look at Muscle Mustangs and Fast Fords April edition. We just were in there. We just actually did a direct port installation in a manifold just like this and ran it at the track. That same car, we're in the process of, we're going to back-to-back dyno on a chassis dyno and run it on the track, this system, to have data from the dyno and from the track as a comparison as well that we'll offer to the customers as well. At Induction Solutions, a lot of people have a little bit of a misconception in that we primarily focus on ProMod, 10.5, really your high-end core guy. We do our fair share of that business, but realistically our core business is your street guy. If you look around today, Jimmy, we got quite a few manifolds here that are just for single stage direct port systems that a guy wants to put a reliable system on his street car. Doesn't need 2 systems, doesn't need 3 or 4 systems. He just wants to put a single stage, but he wants it installed properly, wants it blueprinted, wants it flowed, and really most importantly what I try to sell with the work here is my tech service and my 24/7 support that I give to the customer. And that to me is the most important part of the sale, is supporting the product and letting people know that we're here to help them. And we're not a 9-to-5 shop. We we work pretty long hours, long days, and again, most anybody that's tried to get a hold of me on the cell phone knows I'll call back nearly at any time of the day, morning, noon, or night. So that's one of our main focuses, and kind of a misconception that I want people to know is we do some high-end stuff, but we do a lot of your street type of guy that is really our core business. Your bracket racer and a lot of that guy. That's our core guy, and that's where I started. And that's a main course of our business. One of the things that sets Induction Solutions apart from really any other company out there is we'll work on anybody's product. We obviously have our own product that we start from scratch with on a lot of cases, but also these are a few manifolds that have came in. One particular manifold, we're basically doing our blueprint process. We're hard lighting. We're going to hard line the one kit and move on from there. The next manifold, the customer wanted us to blueprint the existing kit and flow it, as well as help them with the tune-up, but we also added our Punisher plenum system to that manifold. And then the last manifold that we have here basically came in with its own kit, and that's another thing that we allow, is if a customer has bought a kit from somebody else, needs it blueprinted, installed, and needs some good tech support with that, we can offer that as well. Regardless of whose kit, we can get it done. These are just a few things. Actually, this is an order getting ready to go out. This is some stuff that everybody sees pretty frequently. A quick disconnect for flowing their fuel, their valve fittings. You don't have to worry about leaving a cap off or a line off. These are some new valves just available. Quarter turn with a safety lock. Very nice piece. We've just done some preliminary testing on these things, and I would say at this point this is the highest flowing valve out there. Looking forward to doing a lot with these valves. And these are just a couple of our quarter turn inline valves that we use on a lot of cars, and our liquid filled pressure gauges that we offer. And one of the things we're working on hard is just in expanding our product line and just trying to supply everybody with as many things and parts as we can, as well as provide the best service we can to our customers. This here, I guess, is the bench where part of the magic happens. My dad works for me. Everybody saw him, I think, on our first shop stop video we did with Jimmy. And we kind of refer to Dad as Mean Gene, the tube bending machine. He pretty much does all the tube bending in that part of the installation that everybody again sees on our jobs and our pictures on the forum we post, and the guys that see their work when it returns. So this bench here has had a lot of manifolds across it, and this is just another small block Ford that we're in the process of doing 2 systems on for some more of the 275 drag radial stuff in the Northeast. And this is a customer that we originally did a single stage, or actually he did his own. We sold him the parts, I think, for a single stage, and this winter he's upgrading to a 2-stage deal to go run in some of the Northeast 275 drag radial class. Here's a couple manifolds we have in our shipping and receiving department ready to go out. The one with all the papers all jammed in on top of it is actually a system that we just did, a direct port and a plate system that we flowed and blueprinted. It's actually going back over to England for a customer from across the seas. The other unit here is, again, it's an existing customer. We upgraded. We added a second direct port system to his already plate and direct port, so now it's a 3-stage system for a radial car down here in Florida that if you look on yellowbullet.com, Induction Solutions nitrous form, under the Induction Solutions intake porn thread, this is one of the manifolds we posted up and made some pictures of to kind of share with some of the people what we do on some of our manifolds that are a little bit out of the norm. As we were talking before, we do a wide variety of things. Just a couple quick things to buzz by. This is a pretty unique manifold that's still in the process of being done that we're going to do. Here's a controversial little piece that's kind of unique that'll be out before with 2 or 3 systems on it. And this, again, if anybody on the Bullets watching, this is a project for Keith Berry that we just received today, and we're going to start digging in on this thing. This should be a pretty bad cat here. That'll about cover most of what we do around here. I want to thank Jimmy for coming down, doing a shop stop, coming by Induction Solutions, checking out our new place, and thank everybody out there for supporting Induction Solutions and doing everything you do for us. We appreciate it.